just making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to feel blessed. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith the size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it's gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. Oh, now y'all got it. Your blessings is on the way. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. I want heaven in the overflow. Right here on earth. Be blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Overflow. In the overflow. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live blessed when I go?
Hey! Welcome back. Welcome back, Carter, baby. We think welcome back Carter in this sucker, baby. What's going on out there, y'all? And welcome to Overflow, the everyday people show, not the yesterday people show, not today people show, not tomorrow, but everyday people show. Yeah, your boy got this mask on today, y'all. Hold on. This is the show where your cousin and your mama too, just come on and just chop it up. Hold on, I gotta be short-winded on some of these things today, y'all. Your boy, woo, man. Last week we had to do a small little show with my homeboys, man. My co-worker, my co-host had to do a little show yesterday to fill in for me last week. Because your boy didn't have it last week, man. Your boy didn't have it last week. You know what I mean? Your boy did not have it last week. I had that thing last week. Let me take that down a little bit, y'all. Hope I don't contaminate everything in my room and all that. You know what I'm saying? I had that thing last week, y'all. I had that COVID-19 last week, and that shit knocked me off my feet. That COVID knocked me off my feet last week, y'all. I called in on my own show, man. I couldn't even do my own show last week. I could call in. I appreciate that boy Jermaine and Charisma and Jerome for stepping up, man, doing something, you know what I'm saying? Just keep the vibe going, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Woo! Man, I tell y'all the truth, man. I thought that thing gonna be kind of like the flu, but that thing knocked me off my feet, man. I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't eat. Couldn't geek. Look, y'all look at my neck and tell I lost weight and everything, man. I don't lost weight and everything, man. So look at my little arm, still a little scrawny and all that. I don't lost a little weight. So in just 2 weeks, man, it knocked me down a little bit, y'all. But your boy back, man. Your boy back. I ain't 100. I'm about 85, 90. But your boy back, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some of these folks in here, man, to talk about this thing, man. I heard them talking about that COVID yesterday. But somebody asked me, are you gonna take that vaccine? I still don't think go take that vaccine though. Yeah, y'all. I gotta see some data. Let me get my co-host in here, man. Jermaine, what going on, Jermaine?
What up, G?
I'm in the business.
Welcome back, sir.
Hey man, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm thinking, man, I got to do the show today. You know what I'm saying?
Man, glad you feeling better. That shit, the COVID made it so you couldn't damn shave, nigga.
Man, man, I ain't shaved in days, man. I'm talking about like weeks. I'm talking about like I said I gotta cover it up with something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't wearing the mask because of COVID. I'm trying to cover up all
trying to cover up.
I'm trying to cover up some of this hair, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man, but I ain't slimming. I ain't shaved in like 3 weeks, man. I know my barber mad at me. He ain't making no money, so I'm cheating him.
Go ahead and let your Rick Ross get your Rick Ross.
No, I was thinking about that, man. I said, no, I ain't no Rick Ross type dude, though. You know what I'm saying? But I can really trim it the way I really want it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead, throw that razor on there and be looking real sharp.
Well, what been going on with your boy, with y'all boy, man? What been going on with your homie?
You know how I do. I'm always banging on these mugs on these internet, hitting them with these stats and facts. That's me.
I was trying to heckle y'all tomorrow. You mean yesterday? I was trying to heckle y'all yesterday. I was trying to get a rise out of some of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I see you.
Oh. Yeah, man. But let me get. I see my boy True on here, man. True, what's going on, man?
What's happening? I'm glad you survived, man. You're surviving.
Hey, man. True to the game.
You got herd immunity. That's what that's called, man. You don't need no shot no more.
I don't need no shot now.
No, well, you don't need no shot. If you had a positive test and you walking around, you got the cure in you, as far as I'm concerned. You already immune, you know. Let's mutate something real extra.
Yeah, man. I'm feeling a lot better, man. I'm a tissue, man. My nose running a little bit and all that though, but still got a little cough and little stuff like that. But
don't hide them gray hairs, man. That's all.
Hey, man.
That wisdom and all.
I'm gonna trim it. I don't hide. I try to blend it in with. I try to fade it in, man. You know, so I try to look cool,
baby
man.
Ones. I might got like 4 of them.
I try to be a cool granddaddy, man. You know what I'm saying?
God bless.
Yeah, man, but it had me down for a couple of days, man. That first day, man, the first day when I felt it coming on, I said, what going on?
What and you felt like? Was it like,
man,
you know,
man,
like, what? Oh, my bad.
Man, I was having like chills. I don't know if I was hot or cold. You know what I'm saying? You know how you think you feel hot, but you put the blanket on and you start burning up. You take the blanket off, then you start freezing. So
Well,
I was stuck between freezing and being too hot and too cold. I couldn't get right, man, for nothing, man. I wake up in the middle of the night, my bed was soaking wet, man. You know what I'm saying? But I can't take the cover off because I freeze. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, my
So
grandmother, we used to do that. I used to sweat them out. I used to get in a whole lot of blankets and just get hot as I could and drink tea and stuff.
Yeah.
I sweat so much. I sweat out, get up, try to take a shower and stuff. Get out.
Had to get up and change with drawers and all this.
Yeah. Sweat it out.
Then my body was aching, man. I felt like somebody was Jermaine just punched on me, beat me up or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it felt like somebody just beat you up for no reason, man. You wasn't sleeping, they beat you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So
you got to get a test, because when like my whole family, when we was sick, we didn't really know, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. You know,
let me get Fu in real quick, man. Fu, what to do, bro? You out there?
Oh, he on the road.
He commuting right now. Yeah, but go ahead, Charles. What you about to say?
Like if I was able to, you know what I'm saying, had took a test at the time, you know what I mean, it would have like gave me some kind of conclusion to it. But other than that, it's like I don't know what really happened, because I just know we all got sick in the house like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But
I actually failed 2 tests. I tested positive twice. I went through CVS to get the. I really went to CVS to get an excuse from work. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I was gonna be off a couple of days. But then I was feeling so bad. I went to my doctor. I went to the hospital. Actually, I went to the emergency room, and they did like a series of tests. Man, they CAT scan. They did X-rays, and they saw something on my lung. You know what I'm saying? So they officially diagnosed me with a coronavirus, because it was really kind of difficult to breathe a little bit too.
So don't defend that CVS test. You did a CVS test?
Yeah, and the CVS test came back positive the next day. I actually took the CVS test first, but the Wellstar test came back before the CVS test. So I tested positive twice. You know, so I wasn't for sure if I had it or not when I went to CVS. So yeah, man. I was feeling like a dog, man. I was really feeling bad, man. So I you know, and I think I think my symptom was a mild symptoms.
How you think you got in contact with it?
You know what, man? I did my colonoscopy that Friday, and it seemed like it went downhill from there. So I'm thinking I got it from that doctor's office, because that was the last place I've been. Because that was like I didn't go to work that day. I was feeling fine before I went in that office. Then the next morning, I kind of like started feeling lightheaded. You know what I'm saying? Then Sunday, it got worse. Then Monday, it was like I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to get out of bed, man. I didn't want to eat, but I didn't lose my taste. I'm glad I didn't lose my taste, because I had to eat something. I basically.
I was happening to us, but we can't prove it. We couldn't prove it. It wasn't no test. Like my nose. I thought it was my tooth, and I got to go to the dentist, and so I thought my tooth was hurting so bad it was making my face hurt, and then it was bleeding. I didn't have no fever. I felt like somebody whooped my ass. My kid had been on the couch. He didn't want to go to bed. It took him like 5 days. And my wife laid on the floor, and we was like, what the hell? Then my son went to my youngest. He started puking in the trash can.
Yeah.
And it was all like in the same couple of days, you know what I mean? But this was before the shutdown. Like a few days before. And we ain't had no proof. We just know, you know, people, we tell them like we think we beat it. But we never really had a test. I took a test. I was negative, but that was way months later though.
It's gonna affect everybody different, man. Everybody body different. It's gonna affect
everybody already had it. You might have already had it twice already.
But I thought I already had it before, man. But that was really officially, you know, them to let me know that I had it, man. You know what I'm saying? But I thank God I had people around me, man. A lot of support around me. People bringing me food and all that. And I like that part though. You know, people want to spoil you, man. You know what I'm saying?
They want to make sure you're all right. That's what's
Let
up.
me bring my boy DVP in. DVP, what's up, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
What it do, brother?
Now
Everything good with you?
There go all the gray right there.
I should let him do the show. I should let him do the show last week, man. I know he filled in.
Hey man, ain't but one you, bro. Ain't but one you.
What's going on with you, homie?
That man, you know how I
Even DVP, he sent me a little encouragement, man. You know, he tried to poke fun at you a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. When he poke fun at you, that means he like you, man. He cool with you.
Hey man, you my dog. Even though my woman gonna beat you up for harassing me, she ain't got over that shit. But you know hey man, it ain't gonna be like that. At the end of the day, you know what it is. Friends always pop up when they need it.
Man, your wife like when I harass you, man, because she want to do it.
Hey man, she spoiled her. She gonna beat you up when she sees you.
Tell Trina Marie Hay, man. Tell Trina Marie Hay, man.
She say she fighting you. That's all I can tell you, bro. She fighting you. Hey.
She said it's on site. On site.
Yeah. On site. Yeah. All right, then, man. I'm stay waiting.
But you good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm way better, man. Way better. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What's up, gents? You know, I don't like to talk trash to a sick man, so I need you to feel better so I can come on your page and start some drama. You know what I'm saying?
Man, do what you do, bro. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. But you know, I was gonna bring you a can of spinach before I jumped you. But you know,
you better kick me when I'm down, cause you can't do nothing when I'm up.
Why start? You get old. You just won't accept it. You getting old, bro.
Yeah, I'm almost like you. Look.
Hey, you doing the same thing I'm doing.
We look like damn twin, and I ain't look.
Hold on, you ain't that good looking. Stop the man. Stop the man.
What it do, homie?
Hey, man, like I said, I saw what you were doing, so I wanted to come on the show. I got off early, and I said, there you go, your notification popped up. So let me go on and chop it up with the fellas. You know, we ain't arguing about nothing in a minute. We need to bring some people some education, let them see how black men can disagree and still be cool as fans.
Yeah, man. I got a few topics we can kind of like chop up, man. We got the George Floyd trial about to get on the way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
And I don't know what kind of jury they think they looking for. You better be looking for a jury that gonna say guilty. Don't be trying to find nobody who impartial and all that. It ain't no time for all that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know it's almost impossible. They're gonna try to do it, and this ain't no time for no hung juries and all that. You know what I mean?
You want the good news or the bad news?
I want the right news.
The right news, whether we like it or not, because you know I look into this. They policy say he was dead right. They suing. And remember I told y'all this. They policy say they can do that knee on the neck thing. He was trained in it. He got promoted doing it. They made him a training officer. People gonna be mad, but the rule of law is there. If your agency make it a policy and you enforcing the policy, you ain't did nothing wrong.
So
he got over 18 complaints about this knee in the neck maneuver. 18 complaints, and he got promoted. So what realistically, what did he do wrong? If your child keeps stealing and you keep giving them $5 for it, who at fault? The store owner or the parent? That's why I keep telling people, man, it's cool. We like going out the police, but until we go out the police chiefs and sheriffs for letting these policies exist, all they're gonna do, fire him and replace him with another one, because that's you hear what they talking about. Now they're gonna outlaw putting your knee on your neck. It's been illegal in the South. That should have been gone a long time ago. Why you now they just not outlawing chokeholds? You can't use chokeholds in the South. So they got a system that's way behind. We looking at a police officer, but the police chief. Then something just happened again under that same police chief who was out there with the people having a kumbaya moment talking about things gonna change, and he still got a job. See, so we looking at the wrong person, because the right somebody who looked like us came out singing a song, shedding a few tears, saying, oh, things gonna be different. But then we just had another shooting, 2-3 months ago in Minneapolis again, and his name still ain't coming up in nothing. At some point, you gotta kill the head. You can't keep killing the toes.
Hey man, I get what you're saying, but this ain't no time to be being cute.
I'm just sticking with the legal part.
I get out the legal part, but yeah, look, this ain't no time to be playing. They better not play around with this.
Well, let me ask you a question. You said don't play around. What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
Total anarchy in the streets.
No,
Bro,
it ain't.
bro,
You gonna see.
let me tell you something, man.
And you keep thinking of folk ain't been tap cities all over America.
Rob, you see this right here? You know what this is?
Look like a cell phone.
You know who ain't shit without a cell phone? Us. We don't know how to communicate in the woods. We don't know how to operate when we lose electricity. Them real killers, they out there in the woods making bird calls. They ain't got no cell phone. They know how to start fire. They know how to kill their food. We ain't prepared for no war. We keep talking that game, but as long as we dependent on technology, we got 3-4 guns and we got 100 rounds. Them boys got guns mounted to tanks and vehicles. They got surveillance systems. They can talk like we can't talk. We keep saying we gonna do this, but as soon as they shut Popeye down, what we gonna eat at? As soon as they take
I wasn't talking about nothing like no. I wasn't talking about nothing like no civil war, nothing like that.
No. What I'm talking about,
total anarchy in the streets.
But anarchy,
lawlessness in the street. Period.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Destroying the power, electricity, and some cell towers, it get out of control to a certain point. It's just gonna backfire on the people that's dependent on the water coming into they building and all of that. Like he's saying, like if you do go ham, the consequences is almost
food. What to do?
But guess what? We did that shit all fucking damn last 2020. We were marching in the street, and what came out of that? Nothing.
Right, until we have a plan, and it's like I tell everybody, like with that Montgomery bus march, that plan took 2 years of planning before they did it, because they had to make sure everybody was going to be covered. We keep wanting to react all of a sudden. We got to have a real plan, and I keep telling about if we don't go to them with consolidated solutions, they're probably going to keep existing, because we can't agree who black enough, who ain't black enough, who going to the picnic, who speak for us, who don't speak for us. So we in disarray. So who can ever say what black people want? Do we want Ice Cube talking for us? Do we want what's the guy name who just had the thing and lost weight, Al Sharpton? Who speaks for us? We don't all want the same thing, so we ain't gonna never get it because we don't know what we want. And we canceling culture. If somebody black says something we don't like, oh, they don't speak for us. If somebody black with a baseline say something, oh, they don't speak for us. Don't nobody speak for none of us collectively. Hell, we could all probably sit here right now. If I told everybody to write down 5 of the most important things, we're gonna probably get 23 different things. And that's our downfall, because we don't want to plan long term. We want to fight for the minute. And we got to start thinking about this fight right now. If we get results, they're gonna come in 2023. 2024, because you got to sit there and plan, and you got to stay true, because you know what the government will do each and every time? They will wait us out, because we're gonna get tired and move on to the next something. And it's a tried and true theory. All they gotta do is let us vent, let us go to jail, realize we ain't got no bail money, and then what do we become? We become docile all over again. We gotta stop doing that.
Well, what they do is they put an intercessor in between the people and the people in power. So when we had all that marching going on in 2020 over George Floyd's death really sparked a whole lot of stuff. So what they do? They threw Black Lives Matter in there. Black Lives Matter ain't did shit, but diverted all the attention. Where they spray painted Black Lives Matter on some street corners and all this damn shit. Black Lives Matter ain't did shit for the black community, but they took all this damn money and they ain't did shit for the black community over this. All this stuff, ain't no legislation been done. They talked about the police reform. Ain't none of that shit been talked about no more. They talked about all this damn shit while we was marching. They wearing the dashikis in Congress and taking the knee and all this damn shit, and no results. So symbolism and no results. That's what that get. That's what all that shit got in 2020.
And remember when I said before, until we get that police register, every bad police got to register, and they go nationwide, not just in your little city, because Minneapolis got an officer who came from, I want to say Minnesota somewhere else, with a history, but he got blocked when he switched agencies, because we don't have a long-term plan. Like I say, we treat it like sex. We want instant gratification. For us to start making a difference, we got to plan long-term. What is the end goal? And then we got to sit back and all 5 of us can have a different point of attack, but the end goal got to be the same. But we're going to attack from different ways to make sure we get most of what we want. If we just sit back and say one thing and we staunch about that, but we ain't got no backing because we ain't got no real money. So who going to stand up for us? I just
told you. Who's going to do it then?
But that's what I'm saying. At some point, we got to band together. And if it means all 5 of us go get our own groups and come together and we become the 5 leaders and we still attack from different ways. Because see, too many times we think we got to all want the same thing. That ain't going to never happen. White people don't even do that. That's why they have wars, because they don't all want the same thing. And as soon as we realize that, I think all of us pretty much different ages. But at close to 60, I want something different from I can't see no name, but man with the glasses. So we got to consolidate what everybody want and make it work. But his emphasis on stuff gonna be different for what I'm on. But we still got to be looking to make us better. Jerome's interest gonna be different. He got his list. We can all have different lists. Our end game got to be the same. And the end game, we got to know it's going to take more than 30 days. One trial ain't going to get this, because as soon as we get through with this, Breonna Taylor trial going to come up. And then we're going to get unfocused again about what we wanted with George Floyd. And that's how we get caught in the system, because all of us can take a different trial. And I'm going to say Jerome can be in charge of one, I can be in charge of one, and the other 2 gentlemen, they can be in charge. And then we just come together and talk, but we still keep on the same mission. But if all of us focus on the same thing, who fighting the other fights? That's why we don't need one somebody. We need several somebodies to keep us focused. Because that dude who all I'm getting for an attorney, who don't care nothing about us, he just get a little paycheck. He ain't fighting. But
we keep talking about Ben Crump.
You know I won't say that man's name. I treat him just like 45. He'll phone it.
You talk about it, you got to call his name out. Man.
I ain't got to call it. I ain't giving him what y'all about to say. I ain't giving him that much respect by calling his name.
But see, what's your problem with Ben Crump? And a lot of people got a problem with Al Sharpton. What's your problem?
You know why they kicked Al Sharpton them out of what they kicked him out of one city? Because when he went there telling him how much he wanted to work for them. If the pay gonna come, but you got to do this out of your heart. But when you go in there and say, you know what, hey man, I'll defend y'all like the other dude, and they always getting their money first. Understand this: Trayvon Martin got $1 million, right? That's what Florida gave him. Before that attorney showed up, guess what Florida offered the family? They offered them $1 million. So what did he get them? He got a third of their money for the same thing they was gonna get anyway.
I'm gonna say this, and basically with with everything that's going on, we need to definitely be on code about one thing, and it's being on code with this one thing. No black person should kill another black, period. Because now you fucking with their prison. Now you fucking with the prison system. You fucking with their money for real. Because what I find hilarious is that for all these gangsters out here, all these motherfuckers that want to shoot each other, Zimmerman's still walking around. Ain't nobody whooped his ass. Nobody has whooped his ass. Now one person, I'm like, where all these gangsters at? Well, these motherfuckers talking all this shit.
Yeah, a white dude did it. A white, that's the point exactly. White dude jumped him for talking trash. A white dude. That's what's sad.
So what I'm saying is, in order for us to be on code, none of us should be killing each other at all. None of that shit. So no going to jail. Number two.
We better start living around each other then.
No. See, that's what you're saying is right. But once again, this is my whole thing. Let's just say I got a beef with Jermaine. If I got a beef with Jermaine, the code of the street should say we going to the boxing gym. It ain't no guns. Go to the boxing gym. Hell, believe it or not, that's a way to make money, because you start sanctioning fights between motherfuckers, everybody can eat. So you factor that aspect of it. That's one. And number two, we got to start spending our money. We got to start saying, fuck that, we're not going to participate. Because if we don't participate, we're scared. Now, is it going to happen? Of course not. I'm just putting it out there. But these are the type of things.
So why would you put something out you don't think going to happen? You know what I'm saying?
Because the whole thing about it is, I know I can put it out there for a group of people to do that shit. I can. I know other people that could do it in certain groups. But once again, it's about getting through to everybody. Because
to be honest with you, most of us already ain't killing people. Most of us we ain't killing people. You know what I'm saying?
No, but see, that's the whole. But You can say that.
You gonna always have people who you gonna always have that element, man.
And see why I think you're wrong is we don't all have to do nothing. As long as we get the majority on board, if we wait for all, ain't nothing gonna never change. No, there's no all or nobody get along. Not all white people, not all Asians, not all Chinese people. You gotta separate the bad. The people that don't want to get on the ship, you gotta leave them behind and stop trying to pull them up. See, that's our problem. We keep trying to pull bad seeds up. If somebody want to be a degenerate, ain't nothing we can do that's gonna make them change their mind. That's their lifestyle. That's what they want because they don't see no hope. And if we keep telling people all of us gotta do the same thing, ain't nobody gonna have no hope because we don't all want the same things. So hell, all of us don't even want black people to rise to the top. So you can't keep saying we all gotta do it. That's never gonna happen. Never.
No. I just said that, but I'm saying you have to put it out there. You have to put the message out there. You put the message out there, then you see what happens. Do I expect everybody to do it? Of course not. Of course not. But we also know how media is. That's where we have to be mindful of shit. Like with everything that we talk about the George Floyd shit, I don't expect them to get convicted at all. And if they burn that fucking police station down the first time, I want to see the show the second time. I want to see what's going to happen because they saw what's possible. I want to see what's going to happen this time because once again, we live in a corporation. We live in this corporation and they don't give a fuck.
They're gonna convict him. He's gonna get convicted of they don't want one thing they don't want is people hearing not damn guilty. That's the last thing they want people to hear is not guilty. And they're gonna get him on something. It's gonna be a lesser charge, but he's going to jail for something. Yeah. He might do 10, 15 years, again, but he's going to jail.
Shit.
And I'm gonna tell you,
if he do 10, 15 years, I would literally come on this show and say I'm surprised thoroughly because a fucking white woman shot him in the motherfucking chest and she got what 18 months? Come on, man.
To get a lesser charge, he got to be charged with a lesser charge.
They're not going to convict him to the full extent of the law.
And again, this is where if he don't get charged with a lesser charge, they can't. I don't think they will let them consider a lesser charge. He got to be, and this is why we can't be emotional. For convictions, this is where we have to understand the law and the system. You got to charge them appropriately the first time. This ain't like TV. Well, we're going to charge with murder, and we'll just agree on manslaughter. If he ain't charged with manslaughter, you can't just drop the charges down. Once they get that true bill, these are the charges they considering. Other than that, you can't. You just like we're gonna go to court and hope they convict him of something. Just like he said with that lady in Dallas, that was the easiest case to convict a cop. But you know what they did? They let us lead with our emotions. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I watched that attorney. For any excuse she made, you know what all police train to do after a shooting? We trained to get on the radio and call for an ambulance. She was in uniform. She had everything she did. What did she do first? She called her boyfriend. That attorney never brought that up. She didn't do nothing that she was trained to do. So if her training told her to treat a burglar that way, and let's just say I believe her. Let's just say once she shot him, we all do the same thing. Radio, I got one down. Start the ambulance. Radio, start me some backup units. She didn't touch her radio. She called her boyfriend and started talking to him. So what part of police training was that? And what did that attorney say? He didn't say a word. So he led us astray. Everybody wanted this. That was an easy conviction. I ain't figured out how she got away with that one. Well, she shot a man, wrong apartment or not. She didn't do nothing. If she would have called for an ambulance and he still would have died, I would have went for her excuse. I would have went that maybe she did make a mistake because we done all make mistakes. But you don't shoot somebody and then call your lover as opposed to calling 911 for she a police. She a police. Y'all ain't police. Y'all can get away with not doing it. Y'all can say hey, I was in a state of shock. I didn't know what to do. Because y'all don't train for that. I can't shoot somebody accidentally and then my 22 years of being a police, all that training left my mind, and I'd be like, oh, I was scared. Oh, I panicked. No, I've been trained for this.
But
I've been trained.
But the DA works for the government, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean that explains why he didn't ask that question. I mean, we don't have to dig too deep to understand. I mean, any lawyer, you're not a attorney, but you understand that's a question that should have been asked. And this guy's an attorney for however many years. So, I mean, it's no question to me why he didn't ask that. He didn't ask that question.
But the thing is how come none of the civil rights leaders didn't bring that up? I ain't the smartest guy on the block, but I know what I know. So ain't none of the people who say they speaking for us, ain't none of them question none of her act. And like I say, I've been to court, and the first thing we do is we look at your training record. What are you trained to do? What have you been trained? You got your radio. This didn't happen to you coming from the grocery store. This happened you getting off work. You still in uniform. You shot him with your county gun. Then none of that makes sense. And that's why I say we get so caught up emotionally, and they use that against us, and then they overcharge because we want murder. Well, murder gonna be a little bit hard to prove because murder requires that you prove that I intended to do this. Intent. You can't prove that. I keep trying to tell people that it looked like that to us, but you got to talk legalese when you're in a courtroom. A man died, which is manslaughter all day long, and because of her recklessness, it is so you can upgrade the manslaughter charge. It ain't negligent homicide. She meant to shoot. And then she didn't follow nothing else, which is where you get the reckless endangerment and you can start adding stuff up. But I'm looking at everything they're doing. Like I said, I watched a couple of days of the trial and ain't nobody saying nothing. When they got all these people who telling us how the trial going, ain't none of them saying this. And I'm like, this is basic stuff, which is why, I listen to some of these people and, I've been teamed with people. And that's why I want, at some point, we got to start letting people know the truth so that we expect a realistic outcome. Should Chauvin go to jail? Yeah. Is he going to get double digits? No, because he followed company policy. Who should go to jail is that police chief because he allowed this to go on, but he ain't on trial.
Right.
But he is the head of the corporation. He is the one that promoted this man with all these complaints about this neck restraint, but he ain't on trial. See, so they taking us out of pocket and we looking at the wrong somebody because the boss told him it was okay. The boss told him it was okay. So why would he think it wasn't okay?
Yeah.
But go ahead, Robert. I just wanted to throw that in there.
But just because something is legal don't mean you can abuse it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying? Just because something is you can use it, that don't mean you can abuse it. You know what I'm saying? They might say you can choke him. But say what?
Slavery was legal. They abused it. Same shit.
For a long time.
You played the slavery card on me, man. But
he's right though. Until you change the law, it's legal. You can't do it in reverse. You got to change the law first. Once the law changed, then you can do everything. But once it's legal no matter how we feel about it. No matter what we think, they need to get rid of it. Well, while we out voting and complaining about this, and this is why I keep picking the people, why ain't we going to the mayor and the police chief, the ones that are elected, to tell them to change the law? Because we get fun-family and thinking it's above them. So
let's say a taser. Let's say a taser is less
it's less lethal.
Less lethal.
Mm-hmm.
But a taser can still kill you if they stay on that thing long enough. You know what I'm saying? They can kill you, right?
Nope.
I disagree. Nope. I disagree.
Okay, you can disagree, but you asked me a question. It ain't.
And the reason why I disagree because people have died by using taser.
And they had.
How are you disagreeing with me?
Because
a taser can kill.
Look at everybody killed. They wore a pacemaker. It affected the pacemaker. It affects you with a bad heart because all the taser does is
don't matter. See, when you pull up on somebody, you don't know what kind of heart they got.
Robert, people die in car crashes. That mean we should let nobody drive. You still gotta look at Rob. You just said it.
You're missing the point. The point is not. It's not that you're using force. It's that you're using lethal force. You overkilling the tactic that you're using.
What is a car, Rob? A car is less lethal force. If somebody hit me, what are the chances I'm gonna die? Slim and none, but people die from them every day. Or we gonna outlaw cars. So no, you gotta stick with the truest intent of it. Now, can it be abused? If it's abused, yes, then you go after the abuser. But as they say, guns don't kill people.
And that's what happened.
People with guns kill people.
It wasn't the fact that he didn't use the chokehold. He used the chokehold to a point that.
Robert, what do chokehold do? Chokehold stop you from breathing, Robert. They are meant to kill you.
Have you been choked before?
Yes, and you know what they do? They're
But you
meant to
choke-
kill you.
You know you did. You do it to
Or
subdue
kill you.
people. You can
No,
do it.
you do
You
not,
can use
Robert.
a chokehold to subdue people to
Rob,
a
you-
point
Yeah.
to where you can get them under control.
You can shoot people to do the same thing, Robert, but you know what a gun is
Come on,
called?
man.
It's
Yeah.
called lethal
Come on, bro.
force. You know why they outlaw chokeholds? It's lethal force, Rob. Anytime you put anything around the neck to restrict breathing, you
Every damn thing the cops use is lethal. Can be lethal.
Robert. No, they can't.
It depends on how much you use it.
How
That
many
makes it lethal.
how many people done died from handcuffs, Robert?
It
Okay,
might be
exactly.
Somebody.
So you got to stick with the intent. Abuse is abuse. Hell, if I use a phone cord to choke somebody,
you use handcuff knowing the handcuff is not a weapon.
you use a
It's
taser,
not
but
a
you want to use a car.
A handcuff is not something like a billy club.
Wrong. You ever seen the police without a car?
Can I ask y'all something?
You got the gun, you got the billy club, and you got the taser. Those
Hey,
three are used to subdue a suspect. Those
These
three
names
things.
are-
If they abuse,
Handcuffs ain't used to
Put
subdue.
these names up so I can call these people by the right name. What you saying, young fella?
hey, how you doing? My name's True.
True, what's up? Yeah, put the names up, man. You know I'm old now, I forget.
How do you determine if the person is like going too far? Like if they hit them with the Billy Club 2 times compared to 20, you know what I'm saying? Or well, like how do you know like their intent if they, you know what I'm saying? Like
And because
determine that they went too far.
Because you
do
look
the
at-
person have to die to say
No.
they went too far?
when they use force, and I've been on use of force committees, the first thing you got to do is tell me why you chose to do that. What was going on that made you do this? See, and that's why I tell people, as soon as police say they scared, they guilty, because being scared ain't a reason I can do anything. So when I hit you with a billy club the first time, if you stop, guess what happened? I gotta stop. See, I can't keep doing it till I'm tired. This ain't the ass whoop you got from your mama. There are rules to what we can do. So, and like Rob saying, now,
But you just justified.
No.
George Floyd.
I just-
You say
sir, no.
you say he could do it as long as because it's a rule.
I said it. Listen to what I said, Robert, because you doing like Trump. You picking and choosing. I said he's done it 18
That's what we do,
times.
man.
He's done it 18 times. He's been promoted for it, and he ain't never got in trouble for it. So they kept telling him it's okay. Most of the time when you do
But
something,
how many other people died because of him doing
it
that?
don't matter, Robert. Once you do
It do matter.
Robert, you
It
Robert,
do matter.
Come on, you been tell me what you know about
He
law.
didn't-
The law say when you do something that is likely to cause certain amount, that's how you judge it. When you choke somebody, the likely outcome is death. Because when you take air from somebody, that's what happened. Air. Now, see, that's why when you shoot
blood,
somebody,
it's circulation.
when you shoot somebody, what they tell us to shoot, center mass in the chest area. In the chest, that's to stop. We don't do headshots no more because the likelihood of surviving headshots, one, it's hard to shoot somebody in the head. Two, the outcome is not good. So we changed tactics. They used to have a chokehold in California. You know why they stopped it? Because people were dying. Because if I'm scared of True and I put True in this chokehold to subdue True, I'm already scared. I don't know how much pressure I'm using because one, my adrenaline is already up. So I may think I'm only using a little bit. I don't know how much fight True got in him. So that's why chokehold's been eliminated in the South. You can't control them.
Are you an officer?
You don't. I'm retired, but you don't know your own strength when you got that adrenaline rush.
He retired cop, man. You know.
So that's why we give you less lethal options.
Just saying it just to be
Right. And so when you get a taser, guess what? The taser will only fire for 3 seconds. You got to keep pulling the trigger to get it to recycle. So if you shot somebody for 10, 15 seconds, see, I already know you're abusing the system because the taser shuts off after 3 seconds. Period.
Yeah, in
Because that's all
California,
you can do.
in California, Daryl Gates, you know, he went along with them people choking cats. In that Rodney King situation, the reason they didn't choke him because they had been outlawed. They came up with the new baton thing that they had, but that was forceful abuse too. So
Right.
you're right about that, Doc. You know that chokehold has been eliminated because it kill you.
Yeah,
Chokehold
and that's
will kill
the
you.
intent. And that's what I'm saying. We got to look at policies. That's why I keep telling everybody. There needs
It kills you if you misuse it.
no, Rob.
No,
you can use
It
it
kills
correctly.
you if you
Robert,
misuse it.
no, you can use it correctly, Robert. Understand the reason it was outlawed is because people don't know their strength. I'm doing all the things right. I just don't know how much pressure because there's no way to gauge the pressure. I can't ask him no questions because he's losing air. Do I think he playing? That's where you got too much subjectivity in it. You got to take that out. because people were using it correctly. They just didn't realize how strong they were, how weak the other person was, what they had going on. So you got to take all that when you start making policy, again, which is why we need a citizen review board. And I tell people, volunteer to go to some of these academies that let you and see what they're doing. We don't know. We so out of touch. We watch TV and think that we know everything. You got to be a part of this. We got to be part of the solutions.
No, I think common sense got to be added into the equation.
Ain't no common sense.
You have to have common sense if you're a cop. And that's the problem with cops. They don't use common sense.
Robert, ain't no
anybody can tell you that Chauvin, as long as that man was down, it was enough cop to put that guy in cuffs and get that guy up. They stood there and watched that man with his damn knee in his goddamn neck for so goddamn long, and he was subdued. The maneuver ain't nothing wrong with the maneuver. It's to subdue him. But once he's subdued, get him up.
Robert, it is something wrong with the maneuver.
Hold up, DVP. Hold up. So what DVP is trying to say is you can have common sense, but in a court of law, it's not, and I'm gonna quote a movie, it's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. And they have to be able to prove his intent. They have to be able to prove that.
And let me tell you why it's a bad move, Robert. For the same reason, we teach red zones. Guess where else you don't touch anything above the sternum. When I put my knee on your neck, I'm risking paralysis. I don't care how big you are. Jermaine is bigger than me. I'm sure he is. But when I put my 170 pounds on his neck ain't meant to support that. The technique is bad and it should never be. It's a death technique. It is meant to maim you. Anytime you touch the neck area, you are looking at maiming somebody. That is the general medical rule, period.
Right.
What's the first thing they do when you're in a car wreck? They put the brakes on your neck.
But shooting somebody ain't meant to maim them.
When you shoot somebody, understand there are rules for shooting.
Here's my problem. You are just it's like you ignoring common sense.
Nope, don't allow me, Robert.
And that's what the problem with policing is.
Robert,
you are deliberately ignoring common sense, and that's what the problem is. People not using common sense.
What common sense am I ignoring, Robert?
You saying that a chokehold is worth a gunshot?
I ain't even mentioned gunshot, Robert. You keep every time I try to Robert. Listen.
Why haven't they outlawed shooting then? Why haven't they outlawed shooting people?
Give me 90 seconds, Robert.
Why haven't they outlawed shooting people, period?
You gonna give me 90 seconds? There are rules for shooting.
I'm gonna give you 60 seconds.
Okay, give me 60 seconds. There are rules for shooting. If a life ain't in jeopardy, you can't shoot. That's why they can't just randomly shoot. When you pull out that gun, guns are always called deadly force. Ain't no gun less lethal because it's meant to do what it's do. But there has to be a list of reasons that you can use a gun, which is, again, when cops shoot, and I don't hear these civil rights people or none of these attorneys talking about the reason you can shoot. A cop can't shoot because he's scared, Robert. That is not the law nowhere in the land.
99% of the time, that's why they shoot.
No, exactly. And 99% of the time, well, in that 99% of the time, 100% they wrong.
Because if a guy don't have a weapon, knife or a gun, why the hell are you shooting?
Because they're fearful for their life.
But he just said you can't be scared. You can't shoot because you're scared.
What I said is that ain't a legal excuse. And the people who guide us, lie to us, and they never bring that up. It don't never come out. Because once again, you can shoot somebody because you're scared. All y'all can shoot somebody because you're scared. Guess who can't ever use that excuse? I can't ever use that excuse. Even as a retired cop, I'm still held to a different standard. There's got to be 5 things that's going on for me to shoot. For every active duty cop, there are 5 things that have to be present before you can shoot. And fear is not in that list at all. So every time I hear that, I already know it's going to be BS because that's to make you feel like he's scared. But when you know the rules of engagement, that ain't what it's saying.
But here's the kicker. As a cop, you know the law is stupid. People don't use common sense in the law. So you're going to say, hey, who's to say that I was scared or not? You can't.
It don't matter if they scared, Robert. But what did I just keep saying? We got to start doing better at electing police chiefs, sheriffs, and mayors because it's got to be changed. See, that's the part you keep wanting to overlook. See, we keep looking for somebody else who ain't got no jurisdiction. If I don't like what's going on, You live out here in Douglas County with me. If we don't like what's going on in Douglas County, you know what we got to go to first? The Douglas County poll system and vote either the mayor or the sheriff out or the DA. We can't keep going to Atlanta. We can't keep going to Fairburn. We don't want to do the work in that system. We want to blame somebody else so we don't have to do no work, Robert. All these things are fixable if we know what we're trying to fix. If you're trying to fix your plumbing, you don't go to Dollar General. You go to Home Depot. We keep going to Dollar General for stuff that Dollar General can't fix.
Can I say something?
That's right. He raised his hand.
Yeah, I want to say something, and I want to read something that's completely off subject, and it's going to touch on something else. Warner Brothers has decided to remove Pepe Le Pew from Looney Tunes, and he will not appear in Space Jam 2. Now,
you know why?
Wait a minute. Here's my thing with this. So if you're removing a cartoon character from being thirsty, and basically kids find it funny, and we still find it funny, are they gonna remove Thomas Jefferson from everything because he's a proven rapist?
Or Andrew Jackson?
Oh shit!
Like
they probably will. They eventually will. They'll get around to it.
Shit.
They'll get around to it.
Once again, we
This
live
is
in
the
a country
cost.
where they removed a cartoon character from cartoons, and they've taken Dr. Seuss off, whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't want to address real motherfuckers that did shit. Word? The fact that there is an outrage about that is a problem. You want to literally ban a cartoon character. It is proven and documented that fucking Thomas Jefferson is a fucking rapist. Proven. But he ain't coming off that.
He was the president. He ain't gonna be touched.
Hey, though, it's gonna destroy their monuments, all the monuments and all the like memorials and stuff they got everywhere. They're gonna have to tear it all down.
That's the funniest shit.
A chain
That right
reaction.
there. The fact that more people don't see like the game that's being played, even with little shit like that. Like y'all want to do shit like that, but you want to pass a law that kids can get they gender changed and shit like that without their parents' consent. Word?
That's
okay. All right.
No way.
All right. Okay. It's just and I brought that up because of what we're talking about now. It's always a fucking problem that they love to go ahead and create.
We worried about the wrong shit.
They love creating the shit and we just run with it. And it's crazy because the shit keeps happening. This shit right here really boggles this shit is really fucking me up. They removed a cartoon character from Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes ain't even on TV anymore. That's when we was kids. So hold on, we got a former cop on. Ain't no statute of limitations for Pepe Le Pew. Word?
Hey, what do he do? When the Pooh next, he ain't got no pants on, or she ain't, whatever it is. When
always in a honey jar. Yeah. Damn.
I saw the Dr. Seuss books. Pulled off. But his estate did that. They went ahead and did that.
Miss Piggy leaving too.
That's part of that sensitive society we in, where and this is the thing, somebody was saying, everybody claim they love the truth, but most people only love their truth, not the truth. We don't want to hear certain things, and now just think about. True, how old are you?
41.
Okay, think about when we was in school. Most of what we did in school was bullying. We was grabbing little girls by the butt. We was sexually harassing. Think about what we did. If we grew up today doing the same thing now.
Yeah, we'll be
No, I'm saying if we grew up today, most of all us would be convicted felons for the stuff that we did that was normal, or we'd be shamed because
hunching.
Yeah, just think of all the joning that we did. Yeah. All the play, the little fat girl, the little fat boy. We can't say that now. We got the little oversized or the pleasant, the plump. And this whole between that and this whole council culture and inviting people to the picnic, this is what's dividing us, and we get so caught up in BS. And a lot of this is meant to distract us. I mean, everybody care about the princess. Who she live in Europe? Why do we even care?
No, Darren. Wait a minute now. Hold up.
She in Europe.
She doesn't live. She lives
She in Canada.
the United States.
Okay, she don't live here.
They live in Canada now.
She don't live here. Why do we care?
I said that last night. I clearly said with everything that's going on, who gives a fuck about what they got going on? I could care less. But
17 million people watch it. They care.
But that right the same way 76 million people voted for 45. This the world we live in. We live in a fucking illusion, and I find this shit comical that people don't catch on to this shit. Who gives a fuck? I could care less. You got these motherfuckers allegedly. I mean, of course, they got money. They got money. They just don't have that money that's over there. But only in America, on some Don King shit, that you can come over here and make money off of that type of story. Because our clown asses over here in this country, they will show some fucking any type of interest. Who gives a damn? Flint, Michigan still ain't got clean water. Fuck Megan and whatever prince he is. I care less.
You know why? You know why they can't?
BT, what's going on, brother?
You know why they so infatuated with them? Is because they still own us. That's why.
You said own Earth or own us?
They still own the United States. That's why we care so much about them, because they still own us.
You can't deny that one.
Say nothing about that. Huh?
Can't you? Because you can't deny it. It's a fact.
I can't prove it or deny that.
I mean, the Queen of England owns 6.6 billion acres of land worldwide. Ain't no telling how much she owns over here.
I mean, ain't Canada like part of her jurisdiction or something?
Yeah.
So that's why well, I guess what y'all talking about, like her daughter. I mean, the chick that got married, they ran to Canada.
Nah, they cut them off. They cut them off.
Cause I'm like, fool, I really wouldn't give a fuck. I see people pulling that stuff up, and I'm like, why do you care?
Yeah.
Black man.
I care less.
What's going on with your charisma?
Nothing, man. Just cooling it, man.
Yeah, man. What's up with you, man? Going on with you, man? Yeah, we just talking about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We got the George Floyd trial coming up. Hey, man, I'm doing better, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Let me ask a question.
It seemed like you were so focused on Corona so much. You were so focused on it that it seemed like it ran up on you.
Hey, yeah, I got caught up in it. Shit.
Yeah.
I missed the beginning. I missed the beginning of the show because I was rushing to get home and the reception was bad and I couldn't hear it. But I got a question for you about you being sick. I have because this shit when everything was going on, I was like, I gotta ask him this. When we talked on the phone, didn't you say you wasn't feeling good after you had that procedure? Yeah.
Everything started after that procedure.
Okay.
I can't.
So wait a minute. This is why I'm saying this. Didn't they say they was gonna bring the anal test?
Don't start that shit, man.
Hey, man. They could have got you. They could have gave it. Hey,
food. I can't.
Hey, bro, I want you to. I'm not saying it's true, but I want you to think about what I'm saying.
I'm thinking about what you're saying.
On your ass, literally.
I ain't with it though.
No. I'm not saying that. That's not even a question. What I'm saying is they could have experimented with you, gave you that shit, bruh.
Come on. Yo.
Hey,
think about it. You was good before you got that test.
But here's the thing about food the type of person. I can't prove he wrong.
Hey, did you have to drink that?
He used it against me.
You had to drink that baking soda and shit, the big gallon.
Yeah.
All right, and then so
I mixed it with some Gatorade. Yeah.
A lot of our health and stuff come from our intestines, and then when you drink it, you cleaned out, so you like weaker at that time.
Yeah.
Well, for anything, for a little cold or something, anyway. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have anything in your system.
Hey,
that COVID is real, ain't it, Rob? Though, tell the truth though.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah. It kind of made a believe out of me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It probably was the one of the worst sickness I had in a long time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Too, man.
So you can't do nothing, man. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? You can't sleep. You can't eat. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you should have had somebody
So-
sit on your face. You need some of that real nectar. You'd have been good.
Yo, fool. Last time we talked on here, you spoke about the TV one. You was talking about the TV one that stopped.
Oh, hold on, man. Who cheering you don't stole, man?
Oh, you can't be
Hold on,
saying
man.
that. You can't be saying that on.
Don't say that on camera.
Try to have
Don't
people
do
go
that.
to that house.
Hey, we're gonna go live over here, man. What's going on over here, man?
Hey man, this my little co-star.
Oh, let her talk then. She might make more sense than you.
Hey, I don't know.
Answer what you think about Pepe Le Pew and Dr. Seuss and all them been canceled.
I don't let her talk to strange man.
Answer what you think about Pepe Le Pew and all them getting
Hey
canceled,
man, she into Casey JoJo or something like that. I don't know who.
I see
who's
you.
your favorite cartoon character?
I see you. You already teaching her. You already teaching her male dominance.
Hey, I got a question though. Speaking of male dominance, since I got a bunch of brothers here, and this has been something that's been bothering me, for real. We speak highly, and we talk a lot about George Floyd. Why is it that when Breonna Taylor name come up, dudes don't want to give her the same energy? And it seemed like, and I ain't saying you guys in particular, but it seemed like black men have problems supporting black women in their movement, even though they always supporting us. And I mean, don't get me wrong, what happened to George Floyd was heinous. How happened to Breonna Floyd was like, it was on a whole different level of heinous, because everything they did, I looked at theirs too. Everything they did was super duper wrong. But we don't put forth that same energy when it comes to protecting our queens. And you know, that's just something that's bothering me Facebook wide.
I think we do.
I can't go with that. I can't go with that. I don't believe that.
We got a history. It's a history of. We brought this up maybe a show or two ago, where this Asian guy he did something to this black girl at his hair store. He knocked her down, beat her up or whatever, and all the men protested the next day. They were protesting in front of the store, and the Asian guy came up and said, "Hey, we're gonna have 50% off on everything in the store." And all the women were telling the men, "Get the hell out of here." They were arguing with the men, telling them, "Get the hell out of here. We want our 50% off from this damn beauty store." So, I mean, I don't know why you don't hear a lot of men talking about it. I think it is a lot of men that's talking about it. It's not just it's not highly publicized.
The reason why the outrage is because George Floyd was caught. His death was caught on tape. And if we saw the cops shooting the guns, even videotape of the cops shooting the guns into their apartment, if we saw it, it would be just as much outrage. It's outrage by brothers like us that's in the know. We keep that same energy. It's just the energy is not the same with the media. Because it wasn't captured on tape. That's why Rodney King was so polarizing, because what happened to him was caught on tape. Like when things are caught on tape,
that's that. Yeah, man, I was waiting to say that name. Yo, and he was on top of her, and she still had the baby. You know what I'm saying? He died on top of her trying to keep her.
They drugged him.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was.
Yo, and you have to
same thing. And no, not Warren. It's the same thing to me.
You have to mention Breonna Taylor. I don't know if y'all saw it, and I just want to confirm before I said this, but they've dropped the charges against Breonna Taylor's boyfriend.
Right, and they can't never bring them back up.
Yeah.
So, but see, once again, with something like that, that's what people need to question. Why? So, you dropped the charges against the boyfriend, but if I'm not mistaken, the cops were convicted, right?
They haven't been charged.
They didn't pay.
No, that's my point. My point is, you take away the guilt from the person that you blame, but the people who did it don't get blamed.
Because Daniel Cameron punk ass.
But see, here's the problem with that one. From a legal perspective, when you're doing a raid And even their policy said they're supposed to have them cameras. See, not having the cameras is a violation in and of itself. So when you start violating your own departmental policy, you are already subject to criminal prosecution because now you are breaking. Did not get out. Told you to stop messing with stuff. But there are rules that they gotta follow, and the rules are there for that specific reason. And I'm gonna switch to something right quick. But I got sent a case. I want to say it was New Orleans, but wherever it was, every time the cops get out the car, the camera come on. There were 2 cops that every time they got out the car, they raised the hood. They raised the hood.
Right.
That's
I saw that.
And don't get me wrong, there's a reason for raising your hood, but not for a traffic stop. You raise your hood when you at somewhere you're gonna be there for 5-6 hours so your engine don't overheat. You don't do it for every traffic stop. So they doing this knowingly. That's a clear sign they plan on doing something they ain't got no business doing. That right there shows intent. So when they said it's like, well, we don't see them doing it, I said you ain't gotta see them doing nothing. What you see them doing is raising that hood, which ain't in no policy. They can't explain why they doing it, and it's always fuzzy. You don't need certain things, but that's where we have to come in. And when people give us BS, you have to attack their BS because, man, I spent too much time reading different agents' policies, going through state law for them. Because people are like, well, look at this, and I can say it's right there. So your attorney telling you BS, doing what the Trump do. He just trying to get some extra money because he don't want to be an outcast in the system. But you look at most the ones from Georgia. The Neal Street 9, they went to jail. The white boys that killed the Gold Club owner, they went to prison. So we got a system, even in the dirty South, of sending cops to prison for doing wrong because we have a system. It ain't always effective, but it worked. Pac-Man and Reebok in prison. Everybody knew who they was. It took a minute for everything to catch up. It took a minute for everything to catch up, but the system will work. We just got to be more proactive in it and stop waiting for somebody else to do it.
Why they call him Pac-Man?
I have no idea. I just know that's who they were. But
I think they named him after the guy from the I think the movie Colors.
Colors, yeah.
I think Colors had a cop called Pac-Man in it.
It was.
Yeah. And Reebok. Oh,
yeah,
Reebok. Yeah.
RoboCop.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Hey, back to what Jermaine was saying about those Asian guys in those stores. They did the exact same thing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We was boycotting. Matter of fact, I was out of state. I came back to Tulsa to boycott with him, to protest with him. He shut down. 8 days later, that joker opened up with everything 50% off. Don't you know that line was almost 8 stores down of black sisters trying to get in there, crossing over the picket line and crossing over our boycott line. It's about money. They wouldn't burn it down. You know, I tried to get so many people to burn that joker down. I said it's a win-win situation. He'll get his insurance money, and he won't be in our community no more.
But even when you look at the girl from McDonald's who was getting hit by that white boy, even though she opened up a can of whoop ass on him, they grabbed her first. They didn't grab the white dude. It's like, dude, she hitting a woman. Why do you feel the need to grab her first? She need to get as many licks in as possible. Y'all need to be getting them breasts in. And I'm looking at it, and I seen, I people send me some, and it's like in the background you always hear what sounds like a black male narrating. Look at her talking all that shit. That dude, I ain't finna get involved. What is this? How we doing stuff? And it just seems like I say, it ain't nothing. All y'all got Facebook page. So when I'm looking at stuff, I'm just like, why are so many guys that look like us so docile when it comes to our heritage being attacked? Where we just want to be narrators, or my favorite phrase they love to use, she ain't my girl, I ain't getting into that. And I'm like, damn, is that how we doing stuff now?
Right.
But we just, like I said, I use we in the general sense, but I'm like, really? I mean, I don't even get this. We talk trash about the guy sitting in the passenger seat when this girl getting the gas, and we look over, cause ain't nothing we can say. She gonna sleep with him, so ain't nothing we can say to him gonna make him change his mind, cause she gonna still give him some. So we gotta mind our own business.
Will.
He start punching her.
No, when you see that happen, walk up to her and you start pumping the gas. I bet his ass get out the damn car. walk up to her and say, you don't need to be doing that. Let me pump your gas for you. I bet he get his ass out that car.
Let me play this exchange between this teacher in Cobb County and her students. They had to
you ain't got that, do you?
They had to straighten her out about the Breonna Taylor thing, man.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Let me pull it real quick.
Sad that she put herself in that position. But she put herself in that position by hanging out with somebody she shouldn't have been with.
Days after making those comments about Breonna Taylor, a Cobb County teacher is now apologizing, but it may not end here. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm is live in Cobb County, where disciplinary action could still come from school district officials. Rebecca, good morning.
Good morning, Rob. Yeah, the teacher here at Pebblebrook High School told her students that Breonna Taylor's own actions caused her death. Well, now that teacher is apologizing.
When you hang out with people with guns that shoot at cops, you're likely to get caught in the crossfire.
When a student posted the teacher's comments about Breonna Taylor, the woman killed by police in Kentucky last year during a botched drug raid, the post went viral. Now that teacher, identified as Pebblebrook High School science teacher Susan McCoy, has sent a video apology to her students.
Just heartbroken that I said something so rude and disrespectful. And I want my students to know I really, truly apologize and feel just heartsick over the distrust and the hurt that I caused.
In the original recording, students can be heard arguing with McCoy about the facts of the case. Despite the apology, students on social media are still demanding McCoy's firing.
Ask for forgiveness and hope that someday I can have that trust back with my students that I know that I lost.
The school district sent us a statement saying they are investigating. Coming up in our next half hour, you're going to hear.
Well, they didn't show the kids really. The student really got back with her. They really educated her on what she didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Robert,
and nothing's gonna happen. So she might get suspended, but that's about it. But that teacher union gonna protect her.
What you say, T?
Send it to me.
I'm trying to find the real audio between her exchange with the student without the news folks saying so.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, video man. All the videos you want. I want to see all the videos. See all the videos.
That dude come in here at 8 o'clock talking about he criticized, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't
so Breonna Taylor.
What you talking about, man? You got the video you want me to show, bro?
Ain't no goal. It's everyday people show that. We're gonna play all the videos. We're gonna play all the videos.
Send me one then, man.
No, I ain't got no more videos. I can figure out like you.
I ain't old enough to watch y'all videos.
Hey, I know y'all heard about Fred Hampton grave site today.
Yeah, they did. They do that all the time to Fred Hampton. This ain't just because of the movie. His headstone get messed up all the time.
Every year.
Yeah. It ain't because of it ain't because of the movie. It always get messed up.
It's a movie.
They shot that bad boy up. They don't.
Because of this movie that came out, Judas and the whatever it's called.
And the Black Messiah.
Yeah, the Black Messiah.
Who all saw that movie? Y'all seen the movie yet, man?
Absolutely, yes.
You want me to send you a video clip?
I mean, I seen the movie, man. I need the clip, bro.
Wait a minute, though. So what y'all know about little Bobby Hutton? What y'all know about little Bobby Hutton? Bobby Hutton.
Bobby Hutton from
out of California. Yeah, he was. Out of California? He was out of California. Yeah, he get killed. He was with Huey Newton and all them boys.
Yeah, Huey P. He was in that faction.
Yeah, he was out of California faction. Right.
That's the dude. Bobby Hutton was the one that left and broke his own faction off when he found out that
No, Bobby was the one. Bobby was the one that one of the first Black Panthers got killed by police. They killed him.
Oh,
he was real radical. He was a little bitty guy, and he was the first one to get knocked off. They knocked him off by the police.
You know how the Black Panthers got all their firearms?
How they get it? Contras? No.
Who?
The Contras.
The who?
Yeah, South American.
South Americans.
Yeah.
No.
What your hat say, bro? What your hat saying?
Come on, Cosby. Tell me.
Make America what? Punk again.
Like punk rock.
Punk rock.
Steam punk.
Yeah.
So different people, different cultures punk means something different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they
Nah,
talking
it-
about canceling.
It ain't that kind of punk.
They talking
Oh,
about
you
what was the FBI? What was the FBI guy that was the leader of FBI? They say he was homosexual and everything. What's his name? J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah, they talking about
Yeah.
removing his name off of buildings and stuff too.
For
V.
real.
Yeah, I read something on that the other day.
Bro, you
Yeah,
know I'm
See,
COINTELPRO.
look, I don't know, man, but I feel some kind of way about that. I think we need
Hey,
these.
you been wearing
I think we
psycho
need these statues and stuff to teach kids who the hell these people really are. You know what I'm saying? So
That's dope.
without these statues, how we gonna know who the hell? How we gonna teach our kids how bad these people really were? You know what I'm saying?
Wikipedia.
But you gotta realize why you gotta realize why those
No,
statues
we
was
need
put up. Those statues weren't put up back in the 1800s when those guys were
Let
around.
me
They
finish
were
this.
put up during the 40s, 30s, 40s, and 50s to intimidate black folks
Where you
that
at?
was trying to get their civil rights.
Right.
Just to make sure to remind us that we need to stay in our place.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
Let me,
Hey, can I ask y'all one more time, real quick? What was the name of that movie y'all was talking about?
Judas and the Black Messiah.
All right, yeah.
It's showing on HBO, ain't it? HBO Max.
Or Fire Stick.
Yeah, you got the fire stick. You got the fire stick. You get it. You get everything when it come out, man.
I ain't been able to get that one movie everybody looking at, Coming to America.
I
Fire
like
Stick.
it. Y'all seen it?
No, I ain't seen it. I seen enough highlights, but I kind of got an idea what it's about.
Fool, you muted or something, man.
You
Fool, you muted.
You're on mute.
Everybody needs to watch the Men Who Built America. If you watch that documentary on Amazon Prime, and I want you to compare it to what's going on today, and that shit will fuck you up.
You talking about the Vanderbilts?
Yep, Vanderbilt, Carnegie, Morgan, and
Rockefellers.
yes, Lord, that shit right there. I mean, to see that in the 30s or whatever, how they just bought a president, and then they do the same shit now with Citizens United. It's the same thing. Nothing changes. But people tend to forget about all that.
Hey man, let's talk a little bit about. I don't know if y'all paying attention to all these new voter suppression laws they putting in place, man. You know what I'm saying? But some of these goddamn.
He wanted to know about who gave them the guns.
Right.
What damn gun?
The Black Panther. How they got
supplied
the
them
weapons?
with the guns?
Who gave them the gun?
The Asian guy, Richard Aoki. He was the first Asian Black Panther. He the one supplied them with all their guns.
Is that right?
Really was one of the founders from San Francisco, Asian.
I was gonna say San Francisco.
What
I was
about
gonna
the
say San
soldiers
Francisco.
coming in and out from wars? They
Yeah,
was
San
bringing back
Francisco.
guns.
Yeah, that was close proximity to Oakland and everything. I can see that. Yeah, I can really see.
Started in Oakland though, not San Fran, in Oakland.
Right. I'm just saying close proximity.
Yeah.
From Frisco.
Yeah, right.
Is that Vietnam War close to all this?
Yeah, it's the same time.
They be getting it from the soldiers coming back. Bringing.
That's true.
It was the same time, same era.
Uncle Sam don't let you bring them guns home, man.
They did though. They brought drugs. They can't bring guns.
We talking about guns. We ain't talking about you bring drugs anytime you want.
You can get anything from over there. If
they wasn't bringing them guns back.
George Lucas,
not no Negro.
Yeah, it was.
Not no Negro.
Those dudes that was those dudes out there in war, they took guns off Viet Congs. They took all that type of stuff, and they took guns from their dead compadres, and they just kept them. So they brought them back.
If Frank Lucas can't do it, I got a war bayonet from World War II. My grandma left me. I got that to this day.
You got a what?
A war bayonet.
A functioning bayonet with a
big ass knife.
A musket. Well, you got a musket.
My grandma left me a war bayonet.
I ain't trying. I'm just trying. Is it a musket or is it?
No, it's a bayonet is a knife.
Man. I know the bayonet is the knife part, but hell, shit.
It's the knife that goes on a gun.
It is a knife.
It goes on the rifle.
Oh, you just talking about the bayonet, not the gun.
I got the Bandit and I got Spats too from there too.
It ain't that hard to ship stuff. If you know somebody in supply, you know how to break stuff down. You got to remember the mailing system wasn't the same back then. Getting stuff wasn't that hard. Especially, like I say, you got to remember they come with these big rucksacks. It's a lot of you can put body parts in them things, man.
Yeah.
As long as you don't leave it whole, you can bring a lot of stuff. And they just say if you taking stuff off the enemy, it ain't even accounted for.
Say what? So what, Kareem?
Money talk, brother. They can pay them. They can pay this the dude that ship the stuff, get them money, hush test and put it on the plane and fly it over here. And you ain't
plus technology wasn't the same.
Just drop it in the ocean and I go get it.
Well, like I said, it was the accountability.
Do like Frank Lucas did. Pay this the dude to ship it and get over here to pay the other guys. You don't even know what's happening. Straight up.
So it was shipped as like a prop for a movie? Why you saying voodoo?
No, all you gotta do is when you shipping guns.
Oh, okay, I'm here now. All right.
When you shipping guns, you can say you shipping 20. Ain't nobody really finna come. So if you ship 23 and somebody get there before the quartermaster get there and take the 3 out, the 20 you say you shipped are still there. That ain't a hard system. It's just about matching numbers.
Right.
And they didn't keep track of serial numbers like the way they did now. See, they just counting. You know, now when guns come in, you matching the count with the serial number, so you pretty much got to count everything. But it ain't no different than dirty cops with guns. If I'm gonna just use one of y'all for instance. If I'm that dirty cop and I pull you over and you got a gun, if I take your gun off him, you ain't gonna say nothing. You shouldn't have had the gun, but now the gun is in my possession. It's been registered. You got your fingerprints and all that. But how do you keep up with that gun from now on? See, and people don't realize that's a pretty easy system to get around. I don't care what your history say. When you find something, ain't nobody reporting guns. It just ain't that hard, unfortunately.
So you think cops be having like throwdown guns?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I remember back in '88, I was in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
And I got arrested. And this cop, when he arrested me, he went into this like apartment complex where it was an old car that was kind of tore up. And he went over and took something to that car. Then he took me on to Lucifer Jail in Dallas County. I never forget, he had a gun on him. So he was going to try to, mess me around.
Terry, where you at home? You at home today?
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
That's some conspiracy shit. I don't believe that.
You don't think cops have to throw down guns?
Nah, that's some conspiracy theory, man.
Stop all that, Jermaine.
You mentioned something about voter suppression. I don't know the logistics of it, but I heard a couple weeks ago they were talking about the numbers as far as who voted for who. So they said it was 76 million people that voted for 45, and whatever the number was that voted for Biden. But they said that number was way more than registered voters in the United States. You might want to look that up.
I actually wanted to talk about this because they brought up one law that made me laugh, but it was funny, but it's crazy, man. They say that you can't hand out water or chips or nothing like that while people standing in line. Right. And I say, what the hell kind of law is this, man? And that
ain't a law. That's a motherfucker.
That's a what?
I mean, that's not a law. That's a provision. They can always make shit up, but who gives a fuck? Like I said, we all know how this shit go anyway. It don't matter. It don't matter.
And they're also trying to stop the Sunday voting. So you know what?
I got a question. How important is early voting?
Early voting, I think, was very important. It was very important because it was convenient. It made it convenient for the voter. You can choose what date you want to go vote. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You don't be pigeonholed to a Tuesday afternoon. And like say if you work for the city or you work at night or something like that, and you work far from your poll from where you live. I mean, you can't get back to vote. Or you can't get there. But like if you have early voting, you got 2 weeks to make a plan to get there and without having to miss work.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Why is it just a Democratic thing opposed to being
it's not a Democratic thing. Most of these laws that they taken away are laws that they put in place. It just when they lose, every time they lose, they want to tweak things, thinking they lost because of the laws that was in place. But it's
well, one of the big things is that they don't want to talk about. These are the same rules that benefited them 8 years ago. See, they don't want to tell you that. It's the same. They got. And don't get wrong, you know, a lot of people didn't like Hillary, but they used the same system. It worked for them. That's why they didn't try to change it before this, because they thought they had it down pat. It's just that when they made it a whole lot easier, and I'm gonna stick to this. I don't think as many people wanted Biden as they did to want to get rid of 45. I think that was a big swing.
Right.
That's why when people keep talking about what he's doing, we couldn't keep living in that state of 45. Hell, if Bozo the Clown would have ran, he would have got 72 million votes. People, you know, we all know it's racist around, and the way the racists just came out in force and didn't care about nothing, we didn't want that no more. That's why when people say, you know, oh, Biden ain't gotta be all that. Because we couldn't keep living. I'd
have rather stuck with what we have.
And you would have been in that 72 million minority, because most of us didn't want that. Because eventually, the way they was raising up, they didn't mind coming at us for any and everything.
They weren't coming at us.
Yes, they were.
Hey,
I'm talking about politically. Politically, they wasn't fucking with us. They weren't fucking with us at all.
Who? The Karens, them? Yeah.
The Republicans, as far as politically, was not fucking with black people. Period.
Hey.
Word.
So we saying.
Tell me how.
So what we saying is.
Tell me how. I'm waiting. Specifically, tell me how. Politically, they was fucking with us.
Okay. What was one of the first things 45 did when he got in office?
I don't remember because I don't care.
Exactly.
He rolled back all of Obama's policies. That's what he did.
I'm going to say this again. Wait a minute. Hold up. Specifically for us.
He shut down the government system so that wasn't nobody getting checks, wasn't nobody getting nothing for a while. He said that they was gonna pay for it. That didn't affect a lot of them.
For us. I'm gonna say it again.
Now, listen, say that. If you don't like my answer, say you don't like it. But that was what do people do specifically for white people? I'm so tired of this specific thing. We are Americans and humans. When it affects us, it affects us all. It ain't gonna affect black people. So say you don't like that.
What's the next subject? I'm good.
Yeah, no, just because you don't.
Yeah.
Every time
ain't no commander in chief. No president has ever made a policy for black folks. Ever. And guess what? They're not going to. It's not going to happen.
And they should.
This is my point, and it's for both of y'all. I just said I didn't care if he would have stayed in because they wasn't fucking with us. But guess what? There was a Democratic president that made a plan that specifically hurt us. The fucking crime bill. Nobody want to talk about that shit though. That's my point.
Get off the crime bill shit.
Wait a minute.
No, you keep wait a minute.
My point is, this is my point. Wait a minute. My point is, that was a bill that specifically hurt us. So I'm gonna say it again. How? It's still motherfuckers locked up from it. It's still motherfuckers locked up from it. I know people personally.
So with that logic, how many federal prisoners do you know? No, because you keep saying, wait a minute. How many black men in federal prisons do you know?
I really don't give a fuck no more. My point is,
how many black men in federal
didn't do shit specifically to hurt us?
Federal prison. How many black people you know in federal prison? See, we keep wanting to talk about this crime bill.
My cousin right down.
And that's because of the crime bill, not because he committed a crime. Because of the crime bill. That's what you said now. So understand this.
No. But I also said I know people still in fucking jail for the '94 crime bill.
And they didn't commit no crime. Say that. Say that. Say they didn't commit no crime. If they commit a crime, then the crime bill didn't affect them. We keep saying that same thing. But understand this. See, this is a system I know. See, the cities and states were already over sentencing people before the crime bill came out. The crime bill only affected federal criminals, which most of them ain't, because most of them ain't Pablo Escobars. Most of them got sentenced in local and state jails, and they got sent to the penitentiary.
Exactly.
They didn't make it to the federal pen. So we keep
Exactly.
yelling about the crime bill did this. They ain't in federal pen. They in local penitentiaries. They ain't get sentenced by the Fed. The Fed said if you do violent acts, you come to them. They ain't messing with local drug dealers. We keep saying it over because it sounds good. But see,
it sounds good.
So everybody who is as old as I am, no, back in the 70s, we had a choice because the military took anybody. So all of us had a choice. We go to the military, we could sell drugs. Most of us chose to be genocidal people and sell drugs to our own people. And guess who we blame? We blame the crime bill. When all these dudes is out pimping and raping girls and doing stuff, and everybody who over 50, remember all them drive-bys we had in the hood, they ain't had nothing to do with the crime bill. See, he want to disappear. He don't want to talk about real facts. He want to be mad and say what he don't want to do. But when we look at the crime bill for what it is, for everybody who over 50, we know how bad it was in the hood. That crime bill was needed for us because we were off the chain. I know how many women were being abused by these dudes, and they deserve to go to federal pen. But whenever you ask somebody to start naming federal inmates, they want to tell you, about their cousin or somebody else who in prison, but you still ain't told me he innocent. So, we want a system where we don't get sentenced as harshly, but we still guilty, and we don't want to accept that reality because then that means we got to accept some responsibility. See, I had several people who got locked up, but guess what they were? They were criminals. They chose that lifestyle. Oh, well, I ain't want to get 20 years. That's not my problem. You shouldn't have did nothing. What would brother say? Don't do the crime till you gain through the time. Well, so-and-so only got this amount of time. So you want to be like him, which means you still want to be a dirtbag. So guess what? I don't want you to be part of my society. Stop using that crime bill as an excuse because black people asked him to do that crime bill. He was in Delaware. Wasn't no black crime in Delaware. Black people went to him and asked him to do that because he had the juice to get it done.
Everybody wanted criminal justice reform back then. Well, they wanted that crime. They wanted to be tough on crime. And also, and here's another thing that the Democrats were driving it. The Republicans did not sign it. A lot of them didn't sign it because it wasn't harsh enough. But the Democrats still got it pushed through. So basically, if it was up to the Republicans, the crime bill would have been 10 times worse than it was. So it is what it is. It was what it was. Back then, people were sick of crime because crack had destroyed the black community. It had destroyed it.
We don't want to admit that.
Yeah. It destroyed the black community from top to bottom. And somebody and the only way they figured on how to fix it was to give black folks time and lock them away.
And who was the president then? What's his name? Clinton. And who was our favorite president before Obama? Clinton. All the black women liked him, and he played saxophone. He smoked a little weed. We were complicit with all of that. Majority. So now we want to look back and be history revisionists and say what we didn't like. But if you was a part of that, if you saw people getting killed and shot, that didn't affect you in a negative way. You wanted it. So kids couldn't play on the playground because it was needles everywhere. They was doing drive-bys. That didn't hurt us. These drug dealers hurt us, who chose to do drugs and sell as opposed to go to the military or get a job because they were being held down by the man, and they wasn't. They just didn't want to. They didn't want to work. They were lazy, and we keep making excuses for them. Oh, white man did this to me. How come we ain't in jail? How come y'all ain't in jail? Because y'all came from black neighborhoods, but you chose to do something different, and we all made mistakes somewhere, and we rose up. We didn't keep blaming the white man for it.
Well, I don't want to talk about. I don't never bring up the crime bill because that's always whether you like it, whatever. But we got on specifically, which I was talking about. So basically, y'all said, DVP said a lot of people voted not because of Biden, but they voted to get
rid of 45.
Rid of 45, and I've heard BT echo that before. So basically, what y'all saying is y'all traded in an outward racist guy for an inward racist guy. So y'all would rather y'all see. For me personally, I like to see my racists coming. I like to see my people. If you don't like me, you don't give a fuck about me. I like to know it. I'm glad. Oh, that's how you feel? Cool. That's how you feel? Cool. But these motherfuckers who, oh no, Jermaine, I got the one black friend, Jermaine, he's my friend, and then they stab me in the back for damn jobs and for positions at work and all this damn shit. Nah, miss me with that shit. Give me 45 all day long because I know where he stand at. Give me what you get for Biden. You get a whole lot of I'm gonna do. The black people, the African American community, they put me in position. Y'all got me in this place, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna work for y'all, and I'm gonna do for y'all. And the first thing he do is sign legislation for LGBTQ community, bomb Syria, bomb fuck out of Syria, backtrack.
Yeah, because there are no black. Because you know there's no.
Let me finish.
No black LGBT.
Let him finish.
They're all white.
Let him finish before you kill him.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Bomb Syria, bomb Iran. Backtrack on the $2,000 check that he ran on. Backtrack on the $50,000 bomb out of Syria. Somebody got they.
That's CC. Go ahead, bro.
Backtrack on the student loan shit. Backtrack on the $15 minimum wage. So,
damn.
I mean, he didn't backtrack. He ran on $15 minimum wage. He said that's what he wanted. $15 minimum wage. That's what he said he wanted. And can we say that's not what he ran on?
BT, before you get started, let me just say two things.
Okay.
One, he said, and once you understand politics, he said he didn't want to do an executive order on the minimum wage because it's gonna get undone. The same thing he said with the loan. He want them to go ahead and pass it. But let me just answer this thing about the racists because it's driving me crazy. What racist have y'all ever seen put a black person second in command? Forget how you feel. If something happened to him, a black woman take over. Tell me, let me finish. You ain't got to like nothing because we know if it ain't what you like, you want to call everybody else out. How does that become racist? What racist ever put a black person number two? What racist ever put a black person number one?
Somebody got to be long.
CC, you got a lot of reverb.
Thing about the racist because it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
What racist? Yeah, you got to look at your computer. Second in command. Forget how you feel. If something happened to him, a black woman take over. Your computer, CC. Let me finish. You ain't got to use your computer. It's playing back through us. There you go.
Okay.
Go ahead, BT.
I had muted it.
That don't mean he ain't racist. Like,
you got a lot of reverb. Yeah, you gotta try to get you some earphones. You gotta try to get you some earphones or something.
I need to put some earphones on. Okay.
No, you just need to mute. You need to mute your computer so you can hear us through the StreamYard.
You talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, BT.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you think that Donald Trump wasn't detrimental to black folks, and y'all want to talk about the crime bill,
first you can't say y'all, because I didn't bring up.
Okay, well, some of you. Okay, all right. Him specifically, I've said this before. He appointed 296 conservative judges. Now, I don't have to tell you guys what conservative judges do to black defendants. Black men across the board, and they pushed them through. Obama had 180 of them ready to roll, liberal judges, and we know liberal judges are more in favor to black defendants. Mitch McConnell refused to even put them up for a vote, but when Trump came in, they pushed through 296 conservative judges. Those are the judges. Those are appellate judges. Those are who are cousins that are in jail that are trying to get appeal after they get railroaded, trying to get appeal. Those judges that 45 put through, those are the ones that are hearing the cases. Those are the ones that are, those are the deaf ears that their cases are falling on. That's why we had to get Trump out of there. That's one reason right there alone that we had to get him out of there.
Let me address that. So before you go on, let me address that. So when he appoints them, do they not have to confirm these appointments?
Yes, but if the Senate has to, if the Senate judicial the Senate Judicial Committee is all Republican, they're gonna get confirmed.
But they're not all. But they weren't all Republicans. You had Democrats in there that could have. Bernie Sanders.
They had the majority.
They had the majority.
So
that's why it was so important. That's why we were screaming why that Georgia race was so important.
Okay.
So basically, like, and the work isn't over with now. Just because the Democrats have the majority. Now the work's not over. The work will really start to make hay is when they get the super majority. So it's not over with. Oh, it's over with now. Everything Democrat. No, they still got work to do. We still got bootlicking Democrats that are catering to Republicans, those conservatives. So we got to get them out of there. And then we still got to get some. We got to get some bad Republicans out of key states, like Ted Cruz. He got to fucking go. He got to go. He froze my fucking state. He froze my sucker. He tried to freeze my state out.
But BT,
you gotta go.
BT, that's the problem. What you just said screams loudly because you got and I say this all the time. You got all these Democrats that lean center and right. Why you don't never have no Republicans that lean center left? Name one Republican that leans center left. Name one.
No, you know why you don't? I can answer it. Why? Because most of this country leans center left. That's why. And the ones that don't, most of the country is liberal thinking. That's the reason why voter suppression only comes from conservatives.
But guess what?
You don't see liberals ever trying to suppress people's vote. They're trying to register and empower people to vote because most people have liberal views.
But guess what? Most black people got conservative views. If you think about it, most black people are conservative in values and ideals.
Yeah, but they're conservative
on certain things. They're conservative on stuff like homosexuality and stuff like that, but not conservative across the board. No, there's only a handful of black folks that's conservative across the board. Those are your J.C. Watts and your Alan West's and those type of guys. Even guys like.
But what's your definition of conservative?
But hey, let's do this. I'm gonna see if I can find the package because both of them did a $19 trillion package and see how the money was allocated. So we keep saying what he ain't doing because we don't look at politics in the big picture. But look at when Trump came in, his money went to big money people. Trump,
big money people.
Biden trying to get money to the regular people. And like I say, I'm gonna see if I can find that chart.
Okay. Well,
19 million is the same. The 19 trillion is the same for both people. Compare apples to apples.
Okay, let me touch on that real quick. So you say his Trump's went to the big people, the corporation, the top 1%.
Corporation,
right? Okay,
absolutely.
Guess who all voted for the CARES Act? You had Democrats that voted for the CARES Act. You had Democrats that could have stopped the CARES Act. Bernie Sanders could have stopped the CARES Act. Yes, he could have.
They weren't the majority.
No, but his one vote he could have said, no, I'm not going to pass it through. He could have said
it. Still was going to pass. It still was going to pass. There wasn't majority.
And not just
right.
There wasn't majority.
Bernie Sanders voted against the crime bill, and it still went through.
Listen, you have progressives in the House. The House controls the purse. They divvy out the money. So you have progressives in the House that could have said, no, we're not going to pass that.
It wasn't going to stop it. No, that's not true.
That's bull crap. It would have stopped it.
No, it wasn't.
How was it?
It's not enough.
How was
because you got to have enough. They didn't have enough people in the House. They had the majority. Okay. I don't care what you say. Okay. They had the majority.
Who had the majority? I don't care if you put. The House got the majority. That is a Democratic House. What are you talking about?
They had the Senate. They did not have the House.
The Democrat had the House.
No, that's what I'm saying. The House controls the money. The House controls the money.
The House controls the money, but you still have to have. Then they got that one. They had that one vice president that can go over and say, no, we're not going to do this. See, you got to look at the whole picture of the whole thing. Bernie Sanders could not do that.
I didn't say just Bernie Sanders. I said you had a whole progressive wing of the left party that could have stood up against the CARES Act, and they didn't. They voted for the CARES Act because they all play for the same team. That's why I keep trying to
everybody playing for the same team. Everybody play for the same team.
In y'all head, it's no Republicans, there's no Democrats. It's the haves and the have-nots.
That's facts.
And they chose the haves in that first bill. That's just a matter of the fact. It ain't
that's the facts.
With Democrats versus Republicans. I mean, if y'all want to look at, if you want to look at it just on the numbers, hell, goddamn direct payments. Trump paid out more than damn Biden paid out in direct payments. Trump paid out $1,800. Trump giving $1,400. So what are we talking about?
When
So
Trump
if we
paid
want
out
to go apples,
$1,800.
the first $1,200 and the goddamn $600 before the damn New Year came in. That $1,800. And Biden is giving out 14. So if you want to look at it apples to apples, y'all want to look at it that way.
Well, actually, Biden gave out 2,000.
No, Biden gave out 2,000.
Biden ain't gave us shit. Where?
They gave us
the first stimulus that came through. That was he was pushing that.
No, that was Trump administration. He just said it. It was in the night 1.9.
That was right. Because they was gonna push it. Biden was pushing that anyway. Trump and them just said that. Because they knew at the end that stuff was ready to go in the House. McConnell held up half of the stuff. When you start looking at it, start looking at what Mitch McConnell been holding up ever since for 4 years.
So how the first bill go through so fast?
How the first bill? Which one?
The first stimulus package that
because it came off of it came off of McConnell's desk.
Now, you talking about the $1,200? The $1,200?
The one we got in March. How did that $1.9 trillion stimulus package?
That's 600.
No, the first one we got in 2020, that was $1,200 to the American people, and the richest people in the country got $5 trillion. That package.
Because the Democrats helped push that through. They helped vote for that.
Oh, so it wasn't bipartisan. Because
bipartisan because both of them doing it. That's bipartisan.
But that's my point. I said that's why we keep.
It was bipartisan, but the Democrats had a majority in the House.
We can't keep getting frustrated with this. We can't keep being partisan because they not partisan. They look like they partisan out in the media, but in the media it don't mean shit because behind closed doors they all going out to drink, they having dinner, they laughing at our ass.
They work together. They're friends.
Exactly.
They're friends.
That's my point. So that's why I say when they talking about. That's why this $15 minimum wage, you know why that got smashed? Because a goddamn Democrat said he didn't want the fucking damn go through. So that lets you know right there. They
shouldn't even put that in. No, they shouldn't even put that in with the COVID bill anyway. It doesn't work.
You're right.
They shouldn't even put it in there. But
they put it in there because they know they were going to shoot it down. That's why they put it in there.
Right.
That's why it's not over.
They coming back. That's why they coming back with it.
It's not over with. The $15 isn't dead in the water.
Yes.
They're going to repackage it,
they bring
put it in there,
themselves.
and they come out on another bill.
And the reason why they put it in there, they got 2 freebies. See, when you have 2 freebies, they trying to get all of it together. So they don't want to mess up. So they have to mess with that filibuster. They don't want to really mess with the filibuster. They got 2 freebies to get in. So they try to put that $15 minimum wage with their freebie. So now they getting ready to lose out. They already got 1 freebie. They passed that COVID. So now they got to go back with this $15 minimum wage and they're going to add some more crazy stuff in it. So it's going to pass because they got a freebie. Republicans can't touch it. I don't care what they do. They will not touch it because they don't want them to mess with that filibuster.
Well,
that's the reason why they put it in there with the COVID.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Biden already said he's not going to get rid of the filibuster.
He don't want to.
He don't want to, but he's going to do it. If they have to, they will.
Politics is so tribal, man. He ain't gonna get nothing done if he don't do it.
And that's
if he do not do it.
In the midterm, he still ain't gonna get it.
And that's the point. He not gonna do it because that's gonna give him cover for not doing shit. Y'all can't see the damn trick. Young lady, you see it. You said it yourself. They work together. It's a trick. Hey, we gonna make sure this damn filibuster in place so we don't get shit passed, and then we can point the blame in 2022.
The trick is to hold everybody to their fire. I don't care if it's Biden, Kamala, I don't care who it is. You go hold people to the fire. Period. That's it. They're not doing what we vote them in to do. You get rid of their asses. I don't care who they are.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
That's what we have to do. We have to vote, like the brother was saying. We got to get rid of the chief. We have to get rid of all these people that's not doing what they supposed to do. It's not the officers. It's not that. It's the laws that's above that. Who sets the laws? The mayors, the chief, and the cities. So we have to get rid of, vote those people out, and then we can move forward. Until we stand up and hold people to the fire, ain't nothing gonna get done.
Miss CC, that sounds like a good plan, but when you get somebody who can get in there and talk and say, I'm gonna go fight for you, and then when they get in there, they don't do it, because when you join these parties, you can't change the party from the inside. You got to change the party from being outside. You can't go inside the Democratic Party and say, I'm gonna make some damn changes, because that's not how it works. You're gonna end up capitulating to what they want to do. That's why you see all these AOC, the so-called
the squad. You don't think they're making any changes?
Hell no, because what, they making backdoor changes to Twitter warriors? They Twitter warriors.
No.
You got to start from somewhere, brother. I'd rather get thrown out. I'd rather get thrown out the crowd and make stand for something instead of lose for everything.
But when you have the opportunity to go up against because they were supposed to be put in there to go against the established Democrats, am I correct? And when you have an opportunity to go against them and you don't, what does that tell me as a constituent? That tell me you ain't fighting for me. If you ain't going up against them, all the shit that they doing, they say they progressive because they don't take corporate money. But if you going with the people who taking corporate money, you just like them. They had a chance to get next. They had an opportunity.
Jermaine, you playing 3-card money. You playing 3-card money. You playing bait switch. Stop that, Jermaine.
I'm not playing bait switch. I'm telling you, they had an opportunity to do. Can we agree that we have too many old people in these positions? Can we agree with that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Except Bernie.
So when we change the laws to a minimum age, instead of having these lifetimers, we're going to continue to have what we have right now today.
Term limits should be on the table.
So do we agree that Nancy Pelosi needs to step down?
Sure.
Not right now. Okay. I don't think she needs to step down right now.
I didn't like the fact that they continue to put her as the speaker. You know,
as the Speaker of the House.
That's one thing I don't like about the Democrat. They refuse to let the new blood take over. It's time for the new blood to take over.
Right.
And they keep putting her back in there.
So back in October, they had an opportunity to vote Nancy Pelosi down, the progressive, the squad, and what did they do?
They kept her because, let me tell you why they kept her, because she stood up to Trump. She stood up to Trump, and that's what they liked.
How she stood up to Trump?
When they was in that board meeting, and she stood up there and pointed her finger in his face and told him what we're not gonna do and what I'm not gonna stand for, and that's why they kept her in there, because none of them don't have no balls to do it, but the female.
It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time to get those corporate Democrats out of there. You know, the squad is a good start. But the Democratic Party is, believe it or not, is going to become progressive, majority progressive. It's going to take about 10 years, but it's going to get there. And when they get there, that's where they'll get the Nancy Pelosi's out of there and those 8 bootlickers that voted against the minimum wage. They're going to get them out of there. And once they get them out of there, it's a wrap. That's when you'll start seeing those changes, Jermaine. It's not going to hocus pocus overnight because both Biden won.
Facts.
It's going to take time.
This is going to be my parting shot, and I've been saying this for months. And I want y'all to mark this down. I want y'all to write it. I'm telling y'all, in 2022, the Republicans going to have both House and Senate, and in 2024, we're going to get a worse Trump. Mark my word.
No. They definitely not going to get the House. They definitely not getting the House.
They're not going to get the House. I have something to say when you guys was talking about the princess. You should be, all y'all men should be concerned about the princess because she's black. I don't care how she became black or her people are black. She lives in Los Angeles now. She was having a mental problem. And when you have those problems, we as black people need to stand up for our black people. We're women. Y'all need to stand up. I don't care how you frown, brother, but I'm just telling you some facts because she lives in Los Angeles, California, her and the prince. And I don't care if the white woman is black, purple, green, or blue. She's a female. You guys need to stand up for us. It doesn't matter what we want to do, how we want to do it. Y'all need to get your balls up off the ground, pull them up, and stand up for us. Black women, white women. It doesn't, because I understand about the white women, but you guys frown.
I got a question. I got a question. What is happening to her that we supposed to be standing up and being up in arms about? I don't understand.
Okay, I'm going to let you know what's going on. The reason why they came over to the States, Harry brought his wife because the way his mother, how they treated his mother. And he's seen his wife going down the rabbit hole just like his mother. And they asked for some help. She went to them and asked for some mental help because they asking about what color the baby gonna be? Why are you this? They didn't even want her in the family at all because she was black. So that's the reason why they came back to the States. Okay? Well, a lot of people marry for whoever I don't care who she married. I said she should have married.
She probably already had mental problems before she got married. Hell, she was running with some of the biggest people over there in England before she.
But hold on now, she was an actress here in the States, so her life, the things that she was doing in her life here in the States, could have caused her mental issue. I wouldn't disagree with that, but it's the fact that I don't care if a billion people watched it or not. It's about Oprah getting her ratings, period. But the concern is another black woman that the white folks is mistreating because they've been doing it to us forever.
I think we got to get out of this narrative that us brothers are not standing up for our sisters. That's just a narrative that the media pushing. That's
out here every day.
That's not the reality of real men. That's not the reality of real men. Like us 6 men that's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think she's saying as a whole, Jermaine.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not nitpicking you. I'm talking about as a whole. Because there is a lot of good brothers. All of you guys are good brothers, but when a sister is down and out, you guys, how you talked about Kamala, I was on here. You cannot keep throwing and talk. If you're gonna talk about us, don't put it on a platform. Go behind your doors. Don't put it out there because that gives the white man the bread to say, hell, they call them bitches and hoes. I can call them the same things, nigga, bitches and hoes, because the brothers do it. So if you guys want to talk about us, go behind your closed doors. We don't put y'all out down and out like that because a sister gonna stand. Majority of the black women stand up for their brothers, whether they sagging, drugging, beating their ass, doing whatever. We gonna have your back.
Now, Cece, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that because I see on Facebook, these niggas ain't shit. This shit.
Yeah.
I'm saying the majority. I'm saying the majority of them.
I'm saying with us men too. Say vice versa.
Right.
They say I'm the one for those problems. I put that out there. Believe that.
How y'all doing, by the way?
But we love y'all. We love y'all. We gonna stand on the brothers. Y'all gonna have us.
I know one.
Y'all got to bring us in, drag us to the plate too.
That sister, she's not down and out. I know that for a fact. She on open.
Oh no.
She ain't down and out now. She doing all right. She stayed in top.
Bro, let me tell you something, TT. They are disrespectful, bro, because the monarchy controls the newspaper. They turn the narrative for her. When I
understand that part.
Her baby holding her baby bump, they were saying, "Oh, the baby this." She held her baby bump. They was like, "Oh, I wonder what the color of the baby gonna be."
Right. Facts.
They already disbanded the baby. He can't even be the prince. He can't even be the one up. They say the kids can't even be in the royal family. They already disbanded the baby. I bet you that baby gonna come out and do something so great they gonna wish they never did that. And it ain't the queen, it's the people that's in the monarchy that been in there for years and years and years and years. Keep controlling her, make her do what she gonna want to do. It's just trying to hold a reputation of England and say, I don't want to shun England for what we done built for years and bring no color in because we weren't built on black folks. We built on white folks. That's just what it is.
The power lies behind. The power lies behind.
Yeah, you're right, T. That's right, behind the throne. Damn right.
Right. Just like with our president, he just a figurehead. The monarchy is a figurehead for the people. It's just what it is. It's a figurehead. Well, Queen
I hate the
Charlotte
way
was
they
black,
doing that
wasn't she?
girl, man. I hate the way they doing that girl, man. She ain't done nothing wrong to nobody. That man can love who he want to love. You can't stop that man from loving who he want to love. And them kids gonna do
Yo,
something crazy. They
y'all
might
have a
change their
good
life
night.
in front of you.
Where you going?
All right,
Fool,
fool.
where you going, fool? Don't leave, fool.
Yeah, what you doing, fool?
Hey, what's up, Vince? What's going on, man?
Yo, what up, man? Yo, what
Let's
up,
see
man?
finally come up with this thing, man.
Move out of there, man. I just walked into, I feel like I walked into a snake pit, man. Like she was talking about brothers ain't this, and I walked right into that. I'm like, oh no. But you know, like, on the real though, as far as you know what you were saying, sister, you know, it is some brothers out here that ain't shit. And I can say that from the bottom of my heart. It's some sisters that ain't shit. We got cleanup to do in our house. You know, and I think on both ends, you know, because I address brothers that ain't handling themselves like men. The women need to be checking these females out here that ain't handling themselves like women. You know, they'll let them pass off. Oh, okay, and then they'll back them up because you know they all about that black girl magic. But sometimes it ain't about being a black girl magic. It's about correcting what's incorrect, so that we can move forward together as people. Because this black men that love these black women. You know, just like that situation where in Dallas when old girl was dancing on top of my man's furniture. It was women that was there that could have stepped in and said, "Yo, you can't do that." But it was such a big publicity thing when he walked in and had those words against a woman. I know it may have came off harsh, but we don't understand polite talk. And that's real. We don't understand when you say, "Hey, please stop doing this," because he tried that before. And when he tried that, she tried to disrespect them. You know, a lot of the women they disrespect the men. Our own women disrespect us. They talk to us any kind of way. You ain't this because you ain't got no money. You ain't. Think about this.
Facts. I understand. That's facts.
What positive thing have you ever heard about the black man? When you talk about white men, you can say how they dominate. You can talk about Asian, about how they so smart. What have you heard positive about the black man?
That's true.
We need our black women. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it all depends on the circle that you're around.
No, I'm talking about overall narrative. It ain't about the circle. We're talking about the overall view of the black man. You know, and the thing is, I'm not blaming the black woman for nothing because I'm blaming on me because I'm a man. So it's up to us to walk in and lead and to make right. This is the reason why a lot of women say there ain't no man out here because we haven't been taught manship. We don't have any men in the community. We got a lot of niggas, but you got a small handful of men into the community, and we divided. This is what this platform is for, is to bring us men together so that we can unify ourselves. There's going to be some hurtful stuff. You got people in here that support Trump. You got some people in here that's Democrats. You got some people that's Christians. You got some people that's atheists. But the thing is, when they coming after us, they coming after us all together. It don't matter. And even besides the skin thing, because I was so hung up on skin at one point, I don't even care about that no more because it's about a class warfare. It's about money. It's all about class warfare. It ain't about your skin because I got white folks that ride for me, that have been taking care of business for me way more than black folks. And then even with that, I can't be so pro-black where I can't do business with the white man. I got to be willing to do business with them. That's the only way that we gonna grow. We can say F them all day long, but what do we have? Do we have any resources? Do we have any land? And then if you're talking about going to war with them, you might have an AK. Them niggas got planes and tanks. Are you ready for that?
No.
So and then you don't own nothing. So like when people be talking all this hoot and holler black power, show me real black power. Because everything that you have been given was given from a white person, from the stroke of their pen, even the freedom that you eating on right now. So there's no way where we can sit here and just say it was all us. We had abolitionists that was fighting on our behalf. So we got to go back home. We got to say, hey, sister, we fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all fucked up too. This is the reason why our generation looks so messed up. We got to come back together, start showing ourselves that love. And I understand what you were saying, sister. It ain't nothing I got against y'all at all. I love my black woman. I'm married to one. I love her to death. That is my dog. So, you know, I understand there's some bad men out here. And anything that I could do to try to help correct that, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I get to unify and build. It ain't no tough guy, none of that going on over here. All I got is love for you.
Right on.
That's
right
great.
On, right on.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, we
Appreciate that.
appreciate you. We really
Appreciate
do. We
that.
need you because I know it's been a lot,
Appreciate
man.
That's my doggy right there.
All right, y'all. We a little bit at 9 o'clock.
He the insurance.
Who
I'm sorry I
need the
came
card
so
shot?
late, man. But you know, I
It's
wear
all
my
good.
heart on my sleeve. You know, when I talk, I have a lot of love, man. Like I wear my heart on my
Yeah.
sleeve all the time. I ain't
CC, you
afraid
gotta
to show
come
it.
back on the show. You gotta come back on the show. CC.
They want you back, CC.
Hey, man.
I will.
You know, you
Please
started
do.
something, girl.
They need that energy.
You gotta join the group.
You can't be CC. You can't be rid of a co-host away now.
No, I can't run your co-host away. I'm just being factual. You know, you know, you guys on this platform telling some truth.
This is everyday people show. Anybody
That's what I'm talking about. You got to have, you got to have a
That's what
heart.
it's all about. You know,
You got to have a heart. You got to. You say you know this stuff, so bring it on. And hey, everybody here, I appreciate it. I appreciate the show. Thanks for doing it.
Well, do your part and shot. Do your part and comment, then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Do your part and comment. That's what we do. Your part and comment before we get up out of here. Everybody
Like,
say
your close out.
I just my biggest thing is making being aware and being accountable. It's not about being right or being wrong. I'd rather be aware of everything and anything that I do instead of being right. I don't want to be right. Never want to be right, but I want to be aware so I won't make that mistake again. Or I won't go down that rabbit hole, because the goal is to try to stay out the rabbit hole and pour as many other people out of the rabbit hole so we can come to one accord and be aware of the different things that's going on in our community, so we can continue to push love, like the brother said, love each other. I see a sister or a brother, hey, I'm going to speak in love. So it's all about love and bringing this thing together and being able to speak your truth and don't get upset behind it. Because everybody's not going to say the same old thing. We're going to disagree to agree. So that's my truth. That's it.
All right, then what's up? Appreciate you coming on, sister, and adding to the show, man. You know, you brought a little sparks out here. You know what I'm saying? I like that, though. But it ain't never, to me, like healthy conversation. We can learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? What I feel like ain't always right. But I have an opinion on what I think about things. Your opinion and Vince's opinion and Corinne's opinion might be different from my opinion. And I'll take what y'all think about what my opinion and I'll tweak it, you know, if I think if it's viable, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I think it's all about, you know what I'm saying? It's not about what you think, it's about what you can learn. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what community is about.
Join the group, CC, so you can get he'll send you the link when you join the group, and it comes to you.
Okay.
All right, Black man, give me your part and comment, man, so we get up out of here, man. It's after 9 o'clock, man. You know
I'm glad. I'm ready. I was waiting on this one. I'm just messing with you, bro.
All right, we waiting on you now.
No, I'm good, man. I just want to say, man, it was good, man. CC, thank you for coming in and giving us your input, and I'm feeling good, man. I just want us to stay aware, like she was saying, man. Be aware, man, what's going on, man. You know what I mean? I feel like it's something crazy coming. I don't know what it is, but I'm still being aware. I guess America got what they wanted as far as the presidency, but things are still not pushing forward. I don't know. I know it ain't gonna happen in 4 years again, like you always say. But I hope Biden do something. Let's just come together, man. Let's stop the violence, stop the killing, stop robbing each other, stealing each other's cars and rims, and shooting at each other on the freeways. And, you know, all this gang stuff, man. Let's just come together, man. Let's build a foundation together.
Hey, man, you got a nice little collection behind you, man. I see.
Oh yeah, man. This ain't all my collection, bro. This is half.
We might let you come do a little show, man. Let us see what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Why you look at it like that, Chris?
Everything ain't up yet, bro. I ain't finished everything yet.
Well, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you again, man. You came late today, man. What going on with you, man? You know what I'm saying?
I had to stop by the cleaners, and I had to stop by to get my shirt finished.
Hey, man, what's up, man? You ain't got to say no more. Say no more, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Love you, man. I love all y'all, man. Thank everybody for coming to the show and to the show. Thank everybody for tuning in, everybody who listened, and everybody who commented.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob.
What, man? Trying to sign off, man.
I know. Tell your son to stop. And tell your son to stop harassing Takashi 69, please. Leave that man alone.
You got more say so than me, shit. What you doing watching that?
You know what?
What you doing though? What you doing in the kids business anyway, man?
Nah, man. That's a grown man. That's a grown man. That's a grown man.
I tell you say it, man. I tell you say it, man. You know. I tell you said it, bro. But anyway, y'all, thanks y'all for tuning in, man. And we'll see y'all again next week, same time, same channel. Last week I was sick. I had a little that COVID-19. I'm feeling much better, man. Hey, yeah, Vince, man, it knocked me out my feet, brother. It knocked me out my feet, brother. Knocked me out my feet. I couldn't even do the show last week, but this week I'm back, man. And I thank everybody who had everything nice to say about me, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
That was a good thing.
Keep healing, though, brother. It ain't over with yet, man. Keep healing.
Yeah, man. I feel much better. I want to give
no. Keep pumping them vitamins in your body. Don't stop.
Hey, I'm gonna take your advice.
5,000. I use a vitamin D3. They say take 1,000. You need 5,000 a day.
I was hitting them.
And get you some zinc.
Yes.
Daily.
Yeah, right.
And drink you some hot water every morning. You want to keep that mucus moving through your system.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Peace and love. Holla black.
Peace and love.
Holla black.
Love. Let's go.
Hey, holla be safe.
Holla black.
Holla black.
Add a little sugar, honeysuckle, and a great big expression of happiness. Boy, you couldn't miss with a dozen roses. Such would astound you. The joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. It is true, the makings of you. The righteous way to go, little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none, the love of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. They are close but not quite, almost impossible to do, reciting the makings of you. The righteous way to go, little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none, the love of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. They are close but not quite, almost impossible to do, reciting the makings of you.